So what is the biggest issue facing accounting firms in 2023? Hey there, I'm Brighton, the Accountant Marketing Mentor, and I'm here to help accountants just like you elevate their marketing so they can grow their accounting, bookkeeping, and financial planning businesses. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video. And today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to overcome some of the top frustrations, obstacles, and issues that accountants are facing right now. So there was a survey conducted and it asked the partners of accounting firms what their major issues were and what their biggest struggles have been in running their firm over the last year. And the results, probably not overly surprising, but these constant nagging issues can be a really big frustration and draw of energy and draw of time for partners of these firms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how marketing and communications can actually help you overcome some of these issues, some of these obstacles, so you can spend more time doing what you love and what you do best, which is likely working with your clients and helping solve their problems. So let's get into some of the top issues that have been struggling and plaguing the accounting firms over the last year. So the number one overall issue that accounting firms face, and this is from the study, is a lack of preparedness or late submissions from their clients. I'm assuming this is in tax season or with year ends for corporations. One of the biggest things that I'm working with my clients on right now is creating an automated reminder flow through an email marketing software that sends automated emails to clients reminding them to submit their documents. I don't believe that the majority of clients are trying to be late or tardy with submitting the necessary documents that you need in order to file their taxes or complete a year end. But what I do believe is the biggest issue is they just need to be reminded, and they need to be reminded multiple times. As a business owner, I'm busy. I'm not always on top of what I need to be from a bookkeeping and accounting perspective, even though I work with them all the time. So my recommendation here would be is to map out what a reminder flow may look like and just start with tax season. I know that we just finished it. When this video is going to be coming out, it'll likely be in June. So we're just a little bit past the, filing in the States and in Canada here as well. But what I would recommend doing is mapping out those probably even 3-4 months of what your reminder emails are going to look like over that period of time. The earlier, obviously, you get documents in, the quicker you're able to get on top of your workload, and same with your staff. So what I would do to start is think of the time between January 1st and April 30th and start to map out a work back schedule. When is the last reminder that you are going to send to your clients to make sure that they get all of their documents submitted? I'm assuming it's not going to be on April 30th if that's the filing deadline. So you probably want to move that back 2 to 3 weeks. And within that closest week to their final deadline to send you documents, you want to have 2 or 3, if not 1 a day, reminders sent to your clients. And then working back, start thinking about what are the tools that they're going to need to use in order to make their file transfers. Do you have a secure file transfer link on your site? What sort of new tax changes or tax code adjustments have been made? What are new forms that your clients may need to fill out from the CRA or the IRS? Making sure that you have all of that information sent to them in advance, it is the best thing that you can do to prepare your clients to be prepared and avoid late submissions so you don't have to feel like you're scrambling at the deadline trying to get your clients' returns done. We don't want that. So that is the first thing that I would do, is create that email sequence, create a package of information and value that you can provide to your clients and consistently remind them so you aren't having to rush at the very end to get those returns done. Another top issue that was noted within this survey was these firms are struggling to provide service to their clients effectively. It wasn't overly clear as to what this meant, but my assumption is it has a little bit to do with preparedness, process, and expectations. So those are the three things that I would recommend focusing on as it relates to your customer and client relations over the next year or so. First would be to think about preparedness. We just talked about that a little bit in making sure that your clients are prepared and helping them be prepared. The next would be making sure that you have your systems in place and your processes in place. I feel like most accounting firms, they do have their systems in place, but a lot of it ends up being reliant on the individual accountant and making sure that they go through the process that the firm needs to go through in order to deliver that outcome for the client. So document those processes, outline what they are, and if there's any opportunity for you to automate some of that process, do it. I recommend it highly, whether it be as simple as creating an email template for the delivery of a tax return, using tools like Zapier to help you with timing. So if somebody submits their tax return documents, you can get a automated notification that their documents are ready, and then you could potentially, if you use a project management system, flag that within the system as a new task that needs to be done. There's endless ways that you can utilize technology to automate and optimize your systems and processes. That's another great way, because if somebody knows that you have a process and systems in place to get the work done that you've said that you're going to get done, they're going to be more confident. You're going to be more confident that you're going to be able to get it done on time and effectively. The last is expectations. And this is a bit of a tough one, especially when you're working with a bunch of different clients. They're all wanting you to prioritize them. It can be a real struggle. And what my recommendation is, it's kind of simple, is under promise and over deliver. It's a tougher thing to do than it is to say, because it's in our nature. It's in your nature, I'm sure. It's definitely in mine, that whenever somebody asks me to do something, I want to make sure that I can do it for them and do it as quick as I can in order to fulfill the need that they have. The issue that happens more often than not is people will say it will take less time to make that person immediately feel better that you can actually get it done. Because there's this fear that if you say it's going to take longer than you may expect, that they're going to be frustrated and maybe go to a different accountant, or they're going to flag an issue with your boss, or whatever that may be. But more often than not, they're not going to blink an eye, because they don't truly know how long it's going to take. And as long as you have a relatively fair explanation as to why it's going to take a little bit longer, you can set that expectation a little bit lower for your client and go, this may take us 4 to 6 weeks in order to complete, so please ensure that you get necessary documents in early. That allows you to way over deliver if that's only going to take you 2 weeks. So in your client's mind, they're thinking that the work that you're going to get done is going to take 4 to 6 weeks. They've already planned it in their head. The second that it's done early, they're going to be thrilled, and they're going to tell all their friends about how your accountant was on board and they prioritized you. They feel great. They feel special. Ultimately, all you did was set the expectation and ensured that you didn't leave any margin for you to under-deliver and underperform and not meet the expectations of your client, because that is the worst thing that we can do. So as it relates to serving your clients effectively and overcoming that issue of not feeling like you've been able to do that, those are the 3 things that I would recommend. So make sure you consider the expectations that you're setting earlier on within that process. And then also make sure that you're helping your clients be prepared and maybe spend a little bit of time in your not so busy season optimizing, automating your systems and processes. So next tax season will be a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more efficient, and you may not be driven that much more insane than you normally are within that period of time. So the last issue that I have heard multiple times from clients, and I've been asking this similar question because I want to get that honest, immediate feedback as to what some of the struggles are that our clients are facing and how we can potentially help them overcome them, is staffing. So recruiting and retention. This has been an issue for several months, probably since the pandemic. And it's one that's really hard to wrap your head around, especially as driven, self-motivated individuals like you are. Trying to find people to match that level of dedication and motivation can be difficult at times. And it, for some reason, seems more difficult now than before. And maybe that's just an illusion, but nonetheless, that is how a lot of our clients are feeling. So I have clients, and I've been talking with other CPAs and partners and firms about this issue for a little bit. They're saying that they don't need marketing to get more clients within their firm. They're going, we don't want more clients. We've got more work than we know what to do with. What we're worried about is hiring enough individuals to help take over that new work that we're getting. And what I say to them is, yeah, you can market to your clients. You can spend that time and that investment to get more clients, but you can also do the same thing to ensure that you're attracting the right employees and giving yourself the best opportunity to have that employee choose you. There's no shortage of accounting firms out there. There's no shortage of opportunities for CPAs that want to work in a firm, whether it be the Big Four or an independent firm. And all I say to them is the more that you can create awareness, you can build a presence, and you can showcase your culture online where people are going to be researching where they want to work, it gives you a much better opportunity and chance of landing that top quality talent and that top quality individual and retaining them for an extended period of time. So that's the other issue that I wanted to speak to, is think about, do you have a video that is on your website that showcases who you are and what you do and isn't necessarily maybe as professional and straight cut as you feel like your clients need you to come across? I've got a client that does an incredible job actually of living their brand. So their brand is very mountain themed. It's very outdoorsy, and it's who they are as individuals. There's two partners within the firm. One actually just hiked to the base camp of Mount Everest last year and did a fundraiser around the whole thing. And he took selfies on the top of mountains and did videos talking about the work that he was doing and to fundraise for this hike. And all the money was going to the children's hospital in town. And things like that can go an incredibly long way in making somebody feel that they can be a part of that. And they want to be a part of an organization and a group of people that they're going to be spending the majority of their time with each and every day at your firm, and they want to be there. So that's the other thing that you can think about to help you overcome some of these major issues as it relates to hiring, staffing, and retaining. Now, I know that's only 3 issues and challenges that we talked about today, and there's several, and I'm sure you feel like we've just scratched the surface, but that's all we have for this video today. If you want more information and you want to, sharpen up your marketing skills to elevate your firm, be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you found it helpful. I hope it did. Marketing and communications can be a really great tool in order to help solve many issues and many problems within your firm. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.